welcome to another video episode of my podcast. My name is Cheryl, and this is Cappuccino Crafts, my little channel on YouTube and my corner of the general interwebs where I like to talk about knitting and sometimes crochet and books and a little bit of TV or movies and other life and general chatty things that I want to share with you. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video and spend a little bit of your time with me. I really hope that you enjoy it. Please settle in, get yourself a delicious beverage, and let's enjoy a lovely chat together. Today is another Monday, August 2nd, and it is a very, very warm, summery, bright day, and I am drinking cold, refreshing lavender and honey chamomile tea from Yogi Teas. They call it their stress relief blend, but I just love lavender, and it's so cold and refreshing. So, knitting is going well. The body of my Etta tee from the design is from the Burroco design team, and this yarn is the Burroco yarn that they made the pattern for. It's summer sesame, a summer fiber yarn with cotton, acrylic, and a little bit of nylon, which is very light and wearable for the summer weather. Yeah, it's just very relaxing to knit on it, and I've made some inches of progress. Sorry, I'm trying to detangle it. The yarn got just a little tangled when I put it down. I actually think I might do some stitches while I chat with you. I don't always do that, but I thought that might be nice today. I'm at a point where I don't have to think about doing any stitch pattern. It's all stockinette, just going round and round. Very, very easy. So I wonder if you are working on any projects, any crafting or creative projects. I would love to hear about what you're working on and how it's going. You can leave a message in the comments under the video, or what books you're reading and how that's going. My reading is going well. I did pick up and make progress in both of the books that I had set aside while I finished other things. Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I am like 3/4 of the way through now, and it is just so delightful. I've already talked a lot about it in last week and other videos while I was reading it earlier. So just still really enjoying it, and excited to see how it goes. Because there are some new things in the book that were not included in the movie. So, there are some surprises. If you have seen the movie but not read the book yet. Also, I did watch the movie this week with my sister. She came down for a couple days. It was a busy week. We visited my parents together both days, and we just had some time to hang out, and we watched Howl's Moving Castle together. She had never seen it, and she's not really an anime watcher. I think this may be one of the only real anime movies that she's ever seen. And she loved it. I'm so happy that she enjoyed it. That made me really happy. And we had a wonderful time watching that beautiful Miyazaki movie together. And I am making progress still in The Tiger Flu by Larissa Lai. This is another pandemic book. This is very different from year one, and I already talked about how they're different in last week's video, so I'm not going to go into all of that, but the story does move, actually, more than I thought it would, because this is a little bit more on the literary side of speculative fiction. So I wasn't expecting it to have as much movement, but the story really does move you along, and there are definitely things happening, but the characters are definitely more important. And the characters are really interesting. And the world is so interesting, but also very mysterious. There are so many things that are not explained, and this is a far future world where technology and also society is in a very, very different place. There's no more oil, so there's been like a collapse of the oil energy economy, and there's not given any details, but it also feels like there may be some ecological changes happening too, but that's kind of only hinted at. But it really, society and technology and things are very, very different. And even within the different quarantine rings or plague rings, the communities and the conditions can be very, very different. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit of a handle on some of the politics that are happening, and it's starting to get into a little bit of that. And definitely the biggest power players in this political world are corporations. And so there are some corporations kind of competing and controlling different areas. And this does get a little bit gruesome, and there's a lot of violence, because things have gotten pretty desperate for a lot of people. So yeah, but I'm really fascinated. And yeah, even though the world is confusing, the writing style is very readable, so you don't feel like you're trudging through super dense writing. It's just that the things that it's talking about, you don't always fully understand all the details about the things that they're talking about. But it is pretty easy to read as far as the writing style goes, and it flows really well, and there are plenty of things happening, so it pulls you along for a ride. This definitely gives you a ride. And yeah, so I am enjoying The Tiger Flew, and I started one new book. This I got from the library. I picked it up last week, I think, or maybe the week that I didn't film. Maybe that's when I picked it up. But it is Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. And look, the cover, it looks like an IKEA catalog. And this definitely is a horror satire of IKEA. It's set in a kind of IKEA type store. And the cover looks like a catalog, and some of the pages look like catalog pages. There are diagrams, and the name, each chapter starts with the name of a piece of furniture. And let's see, any other interesting, there's some other illustrations and things. There's a order form in the early on. Oh, and here in the beginning, it's instructions how to shop at the store, and the layout, and some of their like corporate propaganda. But yeah, so basically I am not very far into it. I've only finished 2 chapters. I am starting chapter 3. The Arl table and chair set. So the first 2 chapters are kind of setting up what's going on. They're having some problems overnight at the store. They're having some damage, and things are happening that shouldn't be happening, and nobody's supposed to be there. So several employees have just been asked to do an overnight special project secret shift to watch and stay overnight in the store and do rounds and see who or what or how is this damage happening and what is going on overnight at the store. So things are, I'm sure, going to get pretty strange and scary. I've never read Grady Hendrix before, but I know from what I've heard people say about books of his that they've read, that he can get pretty gory and really pretty scary and gross, and so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It definitely is a send up of retail and corporate retail specifically. So even in the first 2 chapters, he's very clear with his satirical tone, and I'm enjoying that. I did a very brief stint in retail during a holiday season, and yikes. Yeah, it's pretty bad. People who work those retail jobs, it's a hard job. And oh my goodness, yeah. I'm really glad I didn't stay there. But anyway, so those are the books, and yeah, I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Yeah. So I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're enjoying whatever you're reading. I'd love to hear about what your current reads are in the comments below, and wherever you are, I hope that you and your family and all of your loved ones are well, and talk to you next time. Bye bye.